Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. Shout out to Lauren and Chef Deb. Lauren, we are with you. This is home. Shout out to Chef Deb, who reassured her of that. A lot of people are going through shit. This is why I do this. This is what fuels me, is this sense of community and interaction. We're gonna get into a bunch of new shit. I'm gonna actually pull messages using a new divination tool, which I'm really excited about. I also have a new deck. But before I get into that, and even the downloads, to be honest, because the downloads are pretty self-explanatory from what's in the title. But I do want to just quickly address very, very quickly the last live. I want to apologize to Angel Gang for the slut shaming, the body shaming, and the addiction shaming that came with my rant. Okay, so that is part of what bothered me, why it didn't feel right. I'm going to defend myself. That's not the issue. The issue is how I go about doing that. So I just wanted to apologize for those that felt offended and personally attacked because of some of the specific things I was saying. But I do understand karmically what that was an initiation of. And I do want to just touch on this quickly, because I knew there was a bigger purpose of it. That none of those people matter. It was what was happening and why was it happening on live. So essentially, collective, obviously you saw me fail this initiation, but you are going to be initiated to give somebody grace and compassion, regardless of how they're behaving. And you have to give it to them because they're coming to you for energy, and you have an option of what kind of energy you want to give them. And it's not about them. This is about initiation. It's what God's asking you to do regardless. So you guys watch me fail that initiation. That's fine. I will be tested again and I will do a lot better. Okay, but please understand that had nothing to do with what I was dealing with. It had to do with me and how I want to present myself. And I would never want anybody in this collective to feel like I'm shaming them for their addiction, because I'm ashamed. The issue, the real shit that this comes down to is that I have my own issues with addiction, my own issues with my body, and my own issues with my inner whore. Okay, so anyways, I just wanted to say that quickly. Now, let's get into the divination messages, okay? Shout out to Angel Gang. The second session, shout out to Jenna. She gifted this book to me. And this book is something, she doesn't use tarot cards, but she's used this as a way of pulling messages similar to how we do with tarot cards, okay? So I want to use this. I've been using it for the past couple of days. It has been very triggering because the book is not, it's as you can see, it's not like a regular book, right? So you kind of just, this person essentially created this book. Half of this book is created while this person was on a psychedelic trip. Okay, so I feel like the fact that we're even using this book speaks of the collective either seeking or acquiring a heightened sense of conscious awareness. Psychedelics are used as a tool to support people in getting a heightened sense of conscious awareness. And this entire book was essentially written predominantly on a psychedelic high. Okay, so I want to start off our reading by pulling a message or two from this book. And then we will proceed into the tarot and the downloads. Okay, but I just want to get into the messages and see kind of what the divine wants to bring our attention to. Obviously, I wrote the downloads, but we'll get into those later. All right, so let's pray and then we'll pull some messages and see what the divine is saying today. All right, Creator, God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, thank you for rising me up out of my bed this morning, and thank you for connecting me with the collective every day. Right now, please allow me to communicate clearly with the collective, all the messages that are in our greatest good, surrounding our material abundance, sustenance, the relationships closest to us, our personal ascension and development, and any other messages that you deem worthy at this time. Thank you, Creator, God, Prime Source, Ancestors, Guardian Angels, for everything you do, and guides, for everything you do for me and the collective on a regular. All the healing energy, the support, the love, the guidance, and the protection. We are nothing without it, and we are nothing without you. So glory be to the Most High, forever and ever. Amen. All right, let's get into this, okay? So we're going to pull our first messages from this book. It's called Remember Here Now, Be Here Now. It's the Hanuman Foundation. I don't know. It's Be Now Here. Be Here Now or Be Now Here. I don't even know. Okay. Good luck finding that on Amazon, but I think you guys will find it. All right. What the fuck? Okay, so this is the page I picked. Okay, I'm going to read all this, but I just want to show you guys some of the graphics. Remember, this was all pretty much done on a psychedelic trip. Okay, so I'm going to read this. Where he saw me, where he looked at me, and here, where he saw me and where he looked at me, and he saw that place in me, which is, and here in love, we are love. That's the world he lives in. And once I appreciated that and could see that, he could look at this corrupt, impure, ugly being, and he could love it that much. Nobody had ever done that before. Everybody had said, I'll love you if, and he just said, we are love. Where you really are and where I really am, we are love. And when I was around him, I was in love. I feel like what this is bringing our attention to is a massive initiation that is coming into the collective, whether you're single or in a relationship. Your intimate partnerships are sectors being initiated because of all the self-love work that you've done. It's so within, so without. All that self-love work wasn't just to bring you abundance. It was to bring you a divine partner and divine friends. These are people who are going to support your growth, development, and help you construct your 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles. This, though, is speaking very much of the collective not seeing themselves as being lovable. Some of you guys see yourself as this beast, and this is what stood out to me. That the world he lives in, and once I appreciated that and could see that, he could look at this corrupt, impure, ugly being. I feel like that is how the darkest part of the collective's consciousness internalizes yourself. This is the part of you feel like, even if you feel all these parts of you are lovable and are great, there's the part of you that you either don't share with your partner, hide from your partner, gaslight your partner about, or don't go into partnership because you have. This is your inner, the part of you, this corrupt, impure, ugly part of you, stopping you from going into a loving embrace relationship or connection because it doesn't feel like it can be a part of it, because no way could somebody love such a corrupt, impure, ugly being. What if I told you everybody has this part in them? What if I told you everybody lied if they told you, anybody who told you they didn't have this was a liar? Maybe this illusion of healing to this point where we don't see this is an illusion. Maybe we just have to settle with the dark parts of ourselves and others and really reach the 1144 energy vibration of unconditional love, which unlocks abundance that our bloodline has been trying to unlock for lifetimes after lifetimes, like real abundance. And our whole bloodline wants it because we're all going to manifest to get a piece of it. Get a chance to live what we didn't in lifetimes past because of what our ancestors have done. So part of what we're doing is bringing in this high vibration of love into our bloodline so that it helps, it almost seals the bricks of our 10 of Cups, so that our 10 of Pentacles, so that it's solid and indestructible. So that the love we bring into our lives is a part of the ancestral abundance that we pass down to the children, to our kin. But I feel like collective, you're going to be very triggered because you yourself, there's going to be a part of you that always knew that you were lovable from the tip of your toe to the crown of your beautiful head. But the part of you that didn't think it could be loved, the darkest part of you, is going to be very shocked and triggered and elated when it is loved. Why? Because nobody had ever done that before. Everyone had said, I'll love you if. How many times have you heard that or felt that, collective, that you would be loved if you look like this, you move like this, you had this, you own this? Collective, this is the universe getting you to prepare to receive a love that doesn't give a fuck about all that. That's gangster. That's gangster. All right. Okay, that's one message. Should we pull one more from the book or go to tarot? How do you guys feel about the messages using the book? I'm bawling, Andrea. Okay, we'll pull one more. Yeah, buddy. Okay. Watch it. Okay, look at it first. Okay, I'm going to read this. Watch it. But at first, when you see, you want to run down the streets shouting, oh my God, it's confirmation. I told you. I've been talking about this on Patreon. Even that shit that happened in the last live, it's all indicative of this. I told you in the last reading, it's all happening. There's all these things happening, and it's because you're so close. I felt that. Holy shit. My heart's thumping in my chest. It's exciting. Watch it. But at first, when you see, you want to run down the street shouting, spreading the good news, run down the aisles of the churches yelling, listen to those words you're singing. It's really here. They're all true. You're singing about it all. Just like the book says. That touched me because I feel like I've been preaching certain things and I've been encouraging people in a certain way. And a couple months ago, I got really frustrated because I'm like, God, like, what the fuck? I talk to people, they're struggling, angel gang struggling, they're suffering, they're going through so much, they're yearning so much. Like, what's the point? And God just said, don't give up. Keep doing what you do. So that's why this means something to me. Not just for myself personally, but for what I do as a high priestess. Like, I'm ready to hear this in the ethers now. I'm done with the hearing the tears and the crying and the screaming and the shattering of glass because you guys are tearing up shit because you're frustrated and angry. I'm tired of hearing all that shit. I've been reading for that energy and supporting you guys for years over the shit. I'm ready to hear you guys screaming. I'm ready for you guys to say, it's here. It's all true. You're just singing about it all. Just like the book says, don't be psychotic. Watch it. Watch it. 97. 9 plus 7 is 16. That's the tower. You see how many readers have been reading about the tower and trying to tell us that it's a good tower. I was trying to tell you guys, other readers, I saw it in other readings too, where people were pulling the tower and they were like, why do I not feel like this is bad? Because it wasn't. It wasn't. And part of why it's not bad is, one, because of our heightened sense of conscious awareness. So even if it's low of vibration, we accept it knowing that it's in our best interest. It's for our higher good. But what if the tower is not lightning bolts and brimfire? And what if it's not destruction? What if it's sprouting and budding? And what if it's just the polarity of the tower? What's the polarity of destruction? It's creation. I'm looking at this and I tried to tell you guys, enough people throw these away when these start to die. They don't give it a chance. But if you keep watering these leaves, this whole thing will grow again. And I promise you, once a year, I'll be able to get lilies off of this. Don't give up, even if everybody else does. Don't see value, even if nobody else does. Trust yourself. because I trusted myself, and now I'm going to get another blossom out of this thing here. I knew it wasn't dead. I knew it wasn't all lost. I knew I was on the right path, says collective. Wow, what a confirmation. It's really here. They're really all true. You're singing about it all, just like the book says. Spreading the good news. For some of you, there's a lot of gossip going on, but it's about the good news that is happening to you. Even if the gossip isn't good in nature and people are speaking negative about you, it doesn't matter. Just know what triggered them to talk about you in the first place was all this good news that's coming into you, that you're shouting from the rooftop, that you're living out, that you're proud of, that you're excited about. Okay? So don't worry about the gossip. You guys, we should have come far enough in our journey where the peanut gallery and the people that are in the stands don't matter, because we're in the motherfucking arena. We're players in the game. Who gives a fuck what they're talking about in the stands? Have you ever watched a sporting event and a basketball player start looking out in the stands wondering what they're saying? Did you clap for me? Do you have any advice? No. They don't ask the people out in the stands for anything other than to pay their fucking ticket. So yeah. This is amazing. I feel like I just want to pull one more before we get to go into the tarot. We're going to use this. This is a new divination tool. I might find other books and just fucking pull from books. Shit. I didn't even read it yet, and I just felt like the need to take a deep breath. Okay, this is the last one we'll read from the book. I'll show you guys. Thank you for the book, Jenna. You've inspired so much. I don't even know if she's here, but because she sat with me. She gave me the book, but she sat with me and broke down like what the book meant to her, how she used the book. So from when I received it, I felt inspired. I feel like if she just gave it to me, I don't know if I probably would have like shelved it and then like been inspired by this book years later or something. So that's why I'm shouting her out, because she actually took the time not just to give it to me, but to break down the gift. But anyways, my teacher, Hari Das Baba, is essence. He is pure. He is just like a crystal. He is beautiful, ready to learn. Everything I was ready to learn. Exquisitely articulated. He taught me. Okay. The guru taught me nothing in form. Oh, I'm so happy this came up. This came up on Patreon too. And I really want to address this because of where we are at this journey. We're going to shake shit up. And I ain't speaking to everybody. It really depends on where you're at in the journey, but I'm addressing a certain group of you, okay? I'm addressing all of you with this, but anyways, this is going to address it first. The guru taught me nothing in form. He never explained anything. He'd laugh at me and twirl my hair and hand me an orange and say things like, "You make many people laugh in America." And I'd say yes, and he'd say, "That's good." He doesn't teach you much. That's just hanging out. The teacher, on the other hand, was all spit and polish, all business. He is a pure Brahmin, and he has work to do, and he is going to teach me. And it was all no nonsense. He would be making me a rope to go around my waist with 7 strands. That makes me think of sweetgrass. And he would be explaining each strand, and I honor him and love him and wish to serve him. One of them is in the world for me, and one of them is not. The relationship to the guru has nothing to do with worldliness, with the worldly. Okay. So there's a lot of things. So first off, about the whole guru thing. it's not coming to an end, but it's going to change, because the way people are looking at guru is similar to celebrity, and there's an illusion here. So the guru, kind of what I've been telling you for the longest time, not that I claim to be a guru, but whatever, I'm going to use the example that I gave on Patreon. So I did a personal reading for a client. This was a while back when I was doing personal readings. And this client always employed different gurus, spiritual consultants, and like, we're talking top tier, okay? Spending the money, doing the soul work, but was really reliant on the spiritual practitioners that she had cultivated, not realizing that every single practitioner was the universe trying to show her, this is what you have and what you are and how you're gifted. But she wasn't seeing that. She was disempowering her own inner guru, her own inner teacher, her own inner spiritual consultant, her own inner, whatever you want to call it, discrediting her, and only seeking the validation of these gurus and spiritual consultants and readers and all of this shit. Understand what they are. There's nothing, whatever resonates is because it's already information that is inside you. What appeals to you, what inspires you, what you look up to is you. It's you. So this whole guru thing, the reason why I'm addressing it is because a lot of these gurus, think of Jim Jones was a guru and convinced 1,000 people to kill themselves. This is why I feel like this whole guru thing is coming up, because of how people can, in this power, can take advantage of others. We see it in the spiritual community, people taking advantage of people's pain and trauma by taking their money and convincing them that they can do spells and witchcraft and all these things in their favor, and it does nothing. That's another message. Some of you guys are not getting karma for what you did. You're getting karma for what you paid somebody to do or what you told somebody to do. So there's a lot of that playing out right now, because I was hearing that, well, I didn't do that. Yeah, but you manipulated someone to do that. You lied, and the lie you told got somebody to do that. You advised somebody to do that. You told them that was the best and only. You get where I'm going with that? This is the divine trying to get us to be accountable. This is Saturn energy getting us to see karma on a micro, our actions, and a macro level. The things we say and how we engage with people and how we can get karma even from that. Because people think this is about punishment. It's literally about the law of attraction. The universal laws have been trying to teach us that this is what, it's not about being good or being bad. This has to do with what you put out there coming back to you. Being responsible for our karmic footprint. But there's also this energy of the teacher, on the other hand, was all spit and polish, all business. He is a pure Brahmin. And he has work to do and is going to teach me, and is all no nonsense. So I feel like for some of you, this is how you're viewing somebody. I feel like you feel like you could connect more to somebody, that you like and appreciate them, but their approach, they're very no nonsense. They're very straight to the point. For some of you, this is you, and it's maybe good in a business forum, but it's not so good in a relationship setting. So you're like, get to the point, and you're asking all these questions, and you have all laid out all these expectations, and this person's just like, I just wanted to go for a date and kind of get to know you a little bit. I wasn't even trying to do all that and go all there. It's some of you guys, it's this no nonsense energy. I feel like there's this need to drop this defensiveness, because there's this courage. It's, again, are you brave? These opportunities, if you're brave enough, there's opportunities for you. And I feel like it's brave enough to put down the expectations and be willing to go down a path you intuitively feel drawn to, regardless of how much you can see about where this is going to go and what the outcome will be. This is about being in the conscious, in the present. The whole book is called Be Here Now, Be Now Here. It's about the present and what we're able to do being in the present and not lost in the past or obsessed about the future. Okay, so that's the book. All right, now we're going to go to the tarot. Now, so now this is funny. So this was actually a gift that somebody gave me from the first group. And because I wasn't feeling the vibe, and I genuinely think this person gave it to me in like pure intention, but because I'm so energetically sensitive, I really love the deck. I've always wanted this deck. So when she gave it to me, I was really excited. But because I wasn't feeling the vibe after the fact, I went and I rebought the deck on Amazon. And I'm sharing it so you can understand how petty I am, but also how energetically sensitive I am as well. Okay. All right. Does anybody need the link for the book? Aw, thank you, Tay. That would be great. Thank you. That would be awesome if you could add that. Have the book and have not been lead to really dive into it. Maybe use it as a divination tool where you pull one a day. Or, you know, that's kind of how Jenna explained it to me. Super honesty is beautiful. Thank you, Noda. That's where I feel like my beauty, that's what real beauty is. That's what makes me strong and beautiful, is my ability to be authentically me in the face of any and everyone. You know, that's my honesty, is that light, that true light. You know, that's how, I mean, on the outside, I mean, it's whatever. You know, what is beauty really? Hello, beautiful people. Hey, Kelly. Hey, Christine. Highly recommend Be Here Now podcast. Oh, there's a whole podcast? Oh, that's cool. That's why we love you. I love you too, Lizzie. Yeah, folks do pass trash energy through items. Wise move. Thank you. You already know. And it's just me being super sensitive. It's a mixture of being petty, but also sensitive. We cannot post links in the chat. YouTube doesn't want it to take people off the platform. Okay, we'll just post it in the comment section after the live. How was your Pisces new moon? Oh, it was very that whole thing in the last live was triggering. It showed me where I have my own lack of forgiveness, where I have my own shame, where I also feel like it was also confirmation. I feel like that person really represented a whole karmic energy. And when I look back and I looked at the chat, I didn't realize how much, because I just saw it and addressed it. It caught me off guard, but I didn't see how badly that person wanted attention. Collective, your karmic energy wants your attention so bad. It feels neglected. It feels abandoned. It feels it, and it's bitter and angry because of that. And your X paradigm is showing up in the form of people. It's showing up in the form of your addictions. It's showing up in the form of so many different things, but definitely people. And it all might funnel through one person, or it could be multiple people, but there's this obsessive energy, and it's not even obsessed of you, you know, it's really of the path. Because remember, it has nothing to do with them. It has to do with your X paradigm and what they're a representation of, which is just that. But you have to understand their obsession isn't of you either. It's of the path that you picked. And it's of, I was getting this vision on, I shared it on Patreon, where the sun was being casted in certain people's backyards. And those backyards were gaining a lot of attention from other houses. It was like I had an aerial view, but the sun wasn't casted in everybody's backyard. But the backyards that people did have the sun in, people wanted to go to that backyard, even not good people, even people who hated these people. They're like, I don't give a fuck. You got the sun in your backyard. You've got barbecue going on. Everybody's going there. I haven't had sun in my backyard in God knows how long. So the sun energy is the high vibration. What somebody doesn't understand is that you gain that high vibration from within. The only reason why the sun is shining in your backyard is because you're an energetic vibrational match. But people don't understand the sun's primary meaning is healing and honesty and transparency, the truth. The sun brings light into dark places and makes it more visible, which means you can see things more clearly. That's why the moon usually speaks of illusions, deceits, lies, things that are hidden and unseen. Piscean energy, Piscean new moon. But that all got triggered up. That's also something too I wanted to talk about. The date today. It's 222, that's a 6, plus 5 That's 11 plus 2. That's 13. It's Scorpio energy that we're dealing with today. That's what this 222 portal is a reflection of. It's scorpionic in nature, which is the only reason why I came to talk about it. It's Scorpio energy that drew me out to do this reading today. It had nothing to do with 222. Mind you, 222 vibration is a very strong vibration. It speaks of the protons, neutrons, and electrons that the transformation energy actually addresses. So when you transform on a cellular level, it's your neutrons, protons, and electrons, 666 energy that is really triggered. But the 222 energy is the foundation of that transformation, if this is making any sense. So there is a lot to people's foundations that are changing right now. Okay, transformations to your basic foundational life. That's why there's a lot of relationships on the fritz, because and ending, and a lot of transformations going on in relationships, because it was the foundational energy that was triggered by this new moon. Who on a cellular level you authentically are, which is why Pisces triggered this, because a lot of what people really are is hidden. Because like the book said, most people don't really believe they could be loved and accepted that way, which is why people put so much energy into hiding the darkest parts of themselves, right? It's a lack of acceptance and fear of rejection that gets people to do that. And society doesn't help, right? Because God forbid you're depressed. God forbid you go through the polarities of your own emotional scope. You're considered bipolar. And God forbid you express the different dimensions of your soul. That's a multi-personality disorder. What did I say? Depression. And now you're going to be pumped with pills. You're going to be isolated. You're going to be seen as toxic, while a bunch of people gaslight the person who's going through all of that pain, acting like they don't have that pain either, right? So this is a society issue, because mental health crisis is on the horizon. And you guys think it's already happened. It hasn't. I'm talking a real mental health crisis in society, which is why this conscious, collective trend is happening right now. It's the divine's initiating this trend, not the devil. The divine wants this to be trending. Doesn't give a fuck about pop culture. Wants Instagram, Facebook, celebrities. Doesn't give a fuck. And these demons are going to have to do it just to stay in trend. And that is part of the fucking karma, is those demons are going to have to assume a healthier fucking lifestyle and perpetuate better energy, which is that light that they're going to have to personify is going to exercise their own fucking demons out of them. You're going to start seeing this whole conscious, healthy trend is going to exercise the demons in people, especially the people who are faking the funk. Their own faking of the funk is going to trigger their own darkness, and they can't handle it, right? Because they didn't really choose the path. They waited to be chosen. So God chose you now. That chosen culture is so toxic. It's toxic like the twin flame culture. People talking about 144 like it's a selective group of people. Meanwhile, those are the group of people that are so far from the 144 energetic vibration. Because it's an energy vibration that anybody on this planet can achieve should they do the inner healing and actually make love a priority in their life. And I mean real love. So yeah, there's a lot of toxicity in this community, okay? And it's going to get addressed. The gurus, the fucking all of this shit. There's a lot of sickness and this mental health crisis. It's part of the tower. The society, the macro tower that everybody can talk about. Just like the COVID was a tower that everybody could identify to and affected everybody on some shape, form, or fashion. This mental health crisis is also going to be a tower collectively. It's going to affect everybody somehow. But many of the people who've been working on their mental health at this time are going to be the people who are going to be asked to go into mission. So many of you that are in your dark worker energy and have been in that energy working on your own mental health, you're going to be pulled to go into your light worker energy by supporting people who have gone through similar mental health issues. And they're going through them right now. And they're on the fritz. And that's why I feel like my shadow got to address said person in the last reading, but my higher self felt like you betrayed me. You weren't authentic to me. I wouldn't have said that. I would have addressed the real fucking core shit instead of just calling her names and shaming her. So my higher self was like, you didn't even let me address the conflict, and my shadow doesn't feel like my higher self can address conflict and get it done properly. It doesn't believe they have a conflict with regards to how to deal with conflict. So can you see, if my higher and lower self is in conflict, how conflict is going to arise externally to me, which is still just a projection of how I struggle to deal with conflict? Maybe, maybe not. I feel good though. I feel good about the heightened sense of consciousness that I'm acquiring at this time. Yeah, there's triggers. Yeah, there's embarrassment. Yeah, there's apologies. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'll do all of that. All of that soft. It's about consciousness. It's about ascension. Hey, Jag. Hey, Melly. Hey, Medusa. Hey, Azaria. Hey, Yin Intuition. Thanks for the donation. Guys, spoil me. No, you're number one. No, you're number one. Shamika, hey. Hey, Kay. How are you? Yes, Angel Gang. The second session, which is really the first session. Hey, TM. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Trevor. Hey, Jordan. First card out. We've got the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. This is about coming out of singlehood. This is also about your presence. This is the energy of the collective not acknowledging how necessary their presence is. This is the collective perpetuating their own singlehood. So this isn't even the universe doing it. This is people in the collective staying in toxic relationships because they're codependent and don't trust that they can be stable on their own. So these are people in the collective that are only in relationships because of money or some kind of social stability or financial stability. This is all just the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, right? Yeah, some of you guys are struggling to gel in group settings. So you're, like I said, you're perpetuating your singlehood, and it's stopping you from being able to acquire more abundance, right? Because when you're at the 9, the next step is to get to the 10. And if you're in reverse, that means you're not getting to the 10. And it's probably because you're struggling to come into union with the people who are going to help you get there. I put up boundaries. This isn't about boundaries. Your boundaries are seared into your soul if you've been doing the soul work. Your boundaries don't have to be monitored. When you put up a fence, do you stand there and watch to see if the fence works? No. You put up the fence, and then you trust that it's doing what it's doing, and you keep an eye on it to see if there's any cracks or anything that you need to stitch up. But once the fence is up, it's up. Those are your boundaries, collective. And if you feel like your boundaries are interfering and you want to break them down to expand them, or you need to tighten them up, you can do that. But your boundaries are a fence, a wall. So look at boundaries that way. Boundaries can protect you, but they can also entrap you. That's the 7 of Wands in reverse, right? So once your boundaries are up, trust that they're going to do what the fuck they do. You don't have to watch the fence. You don't have to watch the pot boiling either. Not if you trust. I feel like the collective is coming into a place of faith and optimism like no other. I feel like you've gotten your shadow to look at faith as something that is like, it can understand, instead of your shadow looking at faith, whatever you're being faithful and optimistic about, as something separate to it, seeing it as something that your shadow can get on board with. Well, yeah, I have faith. That makes sense. Yeah, I can work with that. This is about getting your whole soul on the same page here. But I just see like this is a massive time. We've been reading for this period, this season, for a long time. We're reading in the present now. We're not reading in the future. And if we are reading in the future, it's for the near past or near future. This is go time. And if you are feeling pulled but not resonating at all, you have to go back in the library. And you guys don't value the library now because I'm alive. But if I if I were to die tomorrow, the library would be of something, because there would be no videos, new videos. So if somebody wanted something from me, but they would have to go into the library, right? But it's only because I'm alive and well and I'm still pumping shit out like a cow that you're like, whatever. We'll see what else she's talking about. But I'm telling you guys, these readings aren't date or zodiac sign specific. That's why I stopped doing the zodiac signs. And even if I do start doing personal readings again, I'll never go back to doing individual zodiac signs. That is a complete firmament illusion. So that's also something quite toxic. And it's toxic depending on where you are at in the journey. If you're new to it, it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. It really depends on where you're at. It all serves a journey. I started off as Cancer. I'm watching Cancer videos, you know, my karmic's whatever. I got to look at the sign. You know what I mean? Like I started this where I'm at started from all that. So I'm just speaking because a lot of us have we almost closed our portal. We had an open portal. This channel was an open portal. It did kind of close up a little bit. Not to say people haven't come and gone, but it's like we locked into a journey, you know? So now when I read, I'm not even reading for you guys. I'm reading for us. Like what's going on for us. Okay, when you're aware of self, we are all the signs as one. Absolutely. Three of Swords in reverse. Okay. Okay. What about it? Creator God, our souls, ancestors, and guardian angels, thank you for asking this month. Is I able to communicate, continue to communicate clearly to the collective messages that are is good. Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. There's somebody coming to you extremely guarded. Look at how guarded. This could be you, or this is somebody approaching you. They are approaching you and they are communicating with you, but you could be like, what's wrong with their energy and why they're like that? It's because if you could see them, their energy, and like if their energy was literal, they would be like this. They are covered in metal. That's a metal hat, a metal jacket, metal gloves. The horse is head to toe covered. This is somebody who is heavily guarded. Look at the difference. That is a huge difference. Okay. Five of Swords. That's probably why. There's somebody that hurt you who's going to approach you. They know that they hurt you, and they know what they don't know is how you're going to respond to them. This is somebody you've had some kind of conflict with. It's the Five of Swords. So this is somebody who's like, yeah, I'm going to go plan to approach collective, and then went and got ready. And this is how they're fucking hitting the road. Like they're like, yeah, I'm going to hit the road and take action. Somebody's going to take some kind of bold action. Somebody feels really angry that you left them behind. Somebody feels like they want to tear down what you got because they're not a part of it. Tower, tear down what you have because they're not a part of it, which isn't possible. Only the divine. If it's meant to be torn down, then maybe the divine is going to use them as a means to do it, and their hatred and anger. But if it's not meant to be torn down, there's nothing this person can do that is going to trigger this. Oh, the Tower is under the Knight of Swords, so this could be somebody who's geared up to try to bring some kind of conflict in. And then with the Tower underneath them, that means the ground underneath them falls. Because this Knight of Swords is above the Tower. So this means that it's clarifying the Knight, but I'm seeing this as the ground underneath. Somebody who's going to do something of ill intent crumbles underneath them. This is somebody who knows somebody. They know the karma, but it's not changing their actions. Somebody's consciously aware, but they don't care. They're so hurt and bitter. Like somebody knows that what they're experiencing is because of what they did, but they don't care. They're like, I'm hurting and this isn't fair for me. But the universe is telling them it is fair. You are getting what you put back in. Just know that. So somebody's experiencing some kind of destruction, which is a reflection of the destruction that they were trying to bring into somebody's life. I don't even know if they successfully have done it, because this destruction is only surrounding the person trying to bring in destruction to somebody. The person who isn't about the destruction, let's clarify that energy. Knight of Swords. Yeah, the Fool. This is somebody off on a journey with Temperance and the Sun. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Your journey, this is what I'm saying. Somebody is triggered by you, but they're not triggered by you. They're triggered by the pentacle you've got in your hand and the new journey that you're embarking on and all the abundance and support that is coming with it. That is what somebody is bitter and angry about. But that's exactly why the devil hates God. You have to understand that. This is a karmic cycle that has spawned since the dawn of fucking time. These people aren't mad at you. They're mad at God. I told you. They picked the path to Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom had them fucking bent over, fam. And they're mad that you're living your fucking best life. It has nothing to do with you. Somebody isn't jealous of you. They're not envious of you. They're jealous of the path, and they're envious of everything anybody who picks this path gets. That's the problem. It's not about you. Like B.K. Shivani said, nothing anybody says or does is about the individual. It's always a reflection of them. We can tell ourselves otherwise, but it's not. And karmically, we don't get judged any other way. Everybody has to go and play their own tape of life back and answer for their own actions without blame. I told you, blame is a whole mental illness, fam. It's an illusion. Accountability is what is normal for a human being. It's not blame. Blame was programmed as a way to create the patriarchal society that we have, to oppress people, to have this hierarchy of who's better and who isn't and who's just. And now I'm going on a rant. Now we have the Nine of Cups in reverse. What's that all about? Yeah, somebody isn't experiencing wish fulfillment. Somebody feels triggered by your wish fulfillment. I really don't feel like it's you feeling triggered, other than triggered in the form of being inspired. I'm reading for people who are on a journey to being courageous, taking leaps of faith to live out their why paradigm. I'm not speaking to people who aren't manifesting wish fulfillment, because the people who aren't manifesting wish fulfillment are the people who fucking waited to be chosen. I'm not like you. I don't read for you, and we have nothing in common. And yeah, I'm the daughter of Lilith. What up? I'm one of the daughters of Lilith. What up? You can call me a demon. You can call me whatever you want, but you came here. So you need to ask your own shadow what the fuck is so drawn, what gets it to come here? What brought it here to begin with? You guys can't call me a demon, and that hurt me. Like, you guys are dumb. That's how I know you guys don't really watch me. How can you think I'm going to be offended by you calling me a demon? Don't gas me. Don't gas me. Angel and demon is a reflection of a high sense of consciousness. You call me either or, I feel flattered. Bitch, let me stop. No, we're not going there. We are fucking not, Shadow. Don't play with me. I'm talking now to my own self. I'm sorry, I know that kind of looks strange, right? Yeah, but I had to do that because my shadow thinks it's slick. It had its moment. I gave it 20 minutes. Last reading, it's done. We are fucking doing great today. Death in reverse. This is the scorpionic energy that this 222 portal is actually a reflection of here. And then we've got strength, which is Leo. So we have Leo, we have Aries, we have Leo, we have Aries, and we have Scorpio. It's okay, TT. Trabasta. Thor's okay. She's just barking at somebody. People are like shoveling and shit because there's snow, and Thor's just. Yeah, she's okay. She's barking at somebody. Spell relatability has me deep in the shadow, always trying to pick. Why does Scorpio energy frighten? Because people don't understand what death is. People are afraid of death. That's why Scorpionic energy is feared. Same like Capricorn energy. People don't understand what the devil is. They don't understand what it's a reflection of, and it's a whole archetype. And it has deeper meaning. It has a third dimensional, a fifth dimensional reading. It has link to planets, and people again, because they have these low. I came into the tarot community with a very low IQ when it came to understanding what zodiac signs were and what they related to me. And I still don't even believe my IQ is that high. Yeah, I know all the signs, but the only reason why I know anything about them is because over the last 2 years, I've made them apply to me. Every single month, I am that sign. It talks to me, it communicates to me, it tells me what's going on, it tells me how it's here to serve me and how I'm there to serve it. I'm in union with the ecosystem. This is the work we've been doing for years. It wasn't for show. I wasn't telling you anything. I wasn't working on myself either. For real. Devil in reverse. You know what I'm saying? It's an understanding. There's a difference between the devil. I feel like I was channeling that because the devil's still an angel, you know. I feel like this angel prepares us for a darkness that has no angelic energy in it. It has no light. And without what we learned through the devil, all that dark shit we went through on our motherfucking karmic cycles, all the choices that devil energy was trying to pull us to make, it was to teach us something. That's why the devil can't do us anything. The devil's, all it can do is try to encourage our free will. But there is a dark devil. There is a demonic energy outside of the devil. The devil was just preparing us for a darker darkness. So our promised lands, our future timelines, they're bright, but what's the polarity is bright. The brighter it goes, the darker it gets. And I'll be really honest with you, a lot of the darkness and the demons you faced, all they did was prepare you for what's in front of you. Because there's some kind of darkness up there, okay, that is not like anything you ever saw. And your entire karmic cycle and every dark patch of it prepared you for that shit. Because if not, that would have been out of your league. The darkness that's on your Y paradigm, you'd be out of its league. You'd be out of the league of the light and the dark. Because a lot of you guys want your new timelines, and your karmic cycles are like, good luck, bitch. If you don't really work through the darkness that's on this one, how the fuck do you think you're going to survive through the darkness on that one? Because I'm sorry to break it to you, the Y paradigm, yes, it's lighter, but the laws of the universe, what's the polarity? The brighter it gets, the darker it has to get too. And that's why there's courage required, because that darkness isn't going to stop us from still seeking that high echelon of light. So what up? Bring it. Like, we've been preparing for it. You have a whole inner demon inside of you that you've been healing and working and curating with and teaching it consciousness. Okay, you needed that motherfucker. You think you needed it on your karmic cycle. You didn't have it on your karmic cycle. You didn't know what it was. You were not consciously aware. And I'm telling you, if you are not consciously aware of your new darkness, you are not going on to the new timeline, because you will die a painful, quick, unfortunate, untimely, whatever time means, death. Because the darkness is darker over there, because the brightness is brighter over there. So you can call me what you want, but just remember, I tried to warn you, fucking people. While half of this community was fucking gaslighting your ass. For you want hate a bitch. Hate me for real. You know, hate me for real. Somebody's taking a break before they embark on a new path. They're in the Bordeaux. Who's this King of Pentacles? The Ten of Cups. This is somebody who is very, very guarded. This is either you and you're very, very guarded. So you could be struggling to come into some kind of union, or this is somebody who is approaching somebody very, very guarded, wanting to come into union with them. Or your guardedness is being mirrored by somebody. You both want something and you're realizing you can't have it because you both have a wall up some way, shape, form, or fashion. That's why you're not getting the kind of connectivity that it is that you want. It's not that you're not viable for each other. It's not that you're not compatible match. It's because of the Seven of Wands and Two of Swords energy. This is a very not open, guarded, solitary energy. But we have the Ten of Cups here with the King. So that's a conflict. That energy is in conflict. Hey to everybody who's here. Please like the video. Excuse me. I'm so rude. Like the video. We're at home. We're home. It starts to feel like that after all these years, that when we're on here, it just feels like we're home. If it's a person, y'all both battling demons, please hit that like. I stopped approaching the guarded individual. Yeah, that's usually what happens, right? Which is why I'm saying if you're being overly if you're guarded, if you're trying to manifest union, but you're not doing the inner soul work that shows you that you're super guarded and you can't have the kind of love that it is that you dream, fantasize, or hope for yourself, then what will happen is, even if it was destined and fated for this person to come in your life, you won't be open to them and you will essentially hurt yourself, right? Because then somebody will go and blame God for this, for why they're guarded. And they'll say, God chose me to do this, and God chose this. And God's like, okay, at least for me. God doesn't let me pawn everything. God doesn't let me do that. My creator doesn't let me do that to thy. I don't even get the opportunity. Even if I try, my guides are even like, you better get that together, kid, because God's going to now have to show you. And I'm like, okay, I'll switch up. Like, it wasn't God's fault. It was, I'm looking within. I actually, now I see where my decisions and my actions, and I can see how I actually did that. And God actually may have not had any part to do with that. And that's part of what God's problem is you blaming me. Meanwhile, I had no part to do with it, which is part of the problem. God's like, you never came to me. You never seek no counsel from me. And then it goes to shit and you want to blame me? Talking about you, the chosen, and I chose you and all this shit? From the minute you were born, you were chosen. Outside of that, it's our go. You can be given all the gifts that lead to all this success, but if you don't choose success, you ain't ever gonna have it. And even if you do, if it was you were chosen for these great opportunities, if you don't choose greatness inside of yourself, you're gonna blow it. You're gonna blow it. How about it? But I'm the bitch. I'll be the bitch. I'll be that. Anyways, the Empress with the Ten of Wands and the Ace of Wands. This is the collective releasing the burden of fears, excuses, and expectations, and just saying yes. Which is really exciting. Because like I told you, there was an ace coming in and some of you guys were super guarded and you weren't even open. You couldn't even give a response. You couldn't even say yes or no. You didn't know. You were rocked with confusion. And really, you did the inner soul work and realized the confusion was only caused by fear, expectations, and self-doubt. And that's the Ten of Wands energy. This is what you drop the burden of. Because that's what was stopping you from pursuing greatness and going after victory, manifesting even opportunities for it. You were too burdened with why it couldn't work, why it wouldn't, why you can't. And you released all of this. And this is all mentally, because yes, it's wands, but you would mentally have to release these burdens for you to be able to physically have the capacity to do anything. Those mental burdens created a physical blockage. Why you couldn't take action. You didn't have the desire. You were too tired. You just couldn't, even if you wanted to. And you realized you actually have a lot more energy and your body's fine and you could take the action. It was mentally, you were burdened. So first you drop it mentally within, hermit energy, and then it's released without. And then you have the Empress with the Chariot. So this is being able to progress forward now because you release the burden of excuses. For some of you, the leap of faith and the procrastination surrounding embarking in a brand new, again, a new journey was all of these excuses. For some of you, it's a relationship. All the reasons why you can't, like the book said, some of you guys, this relationship that you're manifesting is a reflection of the love for all parts of your soul that you have exhibited in this ascension journey. But your negative paradigm, your own shadow might challenge that and try to tell you it can't be true, that you still have to suppress yourself and not be your authentic self and hide certain things and push this person away. I'm tapping into some of you guys perpetuating your loneliness and your singlehood by pushing somebody who genuinely loves all parts of you. They're not afraid of your shadow. They're not afraid of your darkness. Why? Because they do dark work. They have the capacity to unconditionally love you because they unconditionally love themselves. Now, the question is, do you have the capacity? Are you courageous enough to walk down into the basement of this person's soul because you love them and you're attracted to them and you see potential, but then they bring you into the basement of your soul, their soul, and you really see Wagwan? Are you really going to love them then? We'll see. We'll see. Because everybody talks about love, and I swear to God, like, it's a dime a fucking dozen. That's my own inner shadow, a dime a dozen. That's a perspective, because that's not really true. The fact of the matter is, that's an outlook. I can look at it the other way around, where everybody's in love, and I only see a few people who don't really have that. I was kind of feeling resentful that I have to be the example. I'm like, I don't like that. Like, I feel like that's part of why I've wanted to quit tarot too, is like, I just don't like how the divine always uses me as an example. I felt like it, like my shadow was like, I felt like, went to God, like, you're trying to embarrass me. And I'm like, God's like, again, I didn't do anything. Anyways, I'm talking out loud to myself. And that isn't a mental health crisis, okay? Because people like to think that's crazy time. Oh, fuck, you guys are going to really see crazy time. Because there's a bomb. And it's the people's minds. So you know how they talk about atomic bombs, all of these nations talking about atomic bombs, but the fact of the matter is the atomic bomb everybody really has to worry about that can really take us all out is the atomic bomb of people's fucking minds. Imagine 500 million people losing their goddamn mind all at the same fucking time. That is a social crisis. And I'm talking like sick. We're talking, we're going to have employment issues because people can't make it into work. Suicide? Oh, we're going to address suicide when that rate spikes like no one's ever fucking seen in their life. This is the atomic bomb. It's the zombie apocalypse. That's exactly what it is, dogs. So you've seen this information channeled in many ways. Look how many zombie movies there are. That's all a variation of this energy in some shape, form, or fashion. The zombie is a reflection of a disease in the mind that changes somebody while they're still walking the fuck around. So this is an epidemic. We've got a food crisis. We've got a mental health crisis. We've got a political crisis, okay? Because all of these demons are going to be stripped naked. butt ass naked. So whatever their body looks like, it doesn't matter. They're going to be seen for exactly what entity and what planet they come from and for what the fuck they are. Because many of the leaders of Earth are not actually human. They're not from Earth. Okay, which is part of the problem, which is why they have us like slaves. Which, if you know anything about the Anunnaki, you'll know that that concept has been running from time. But anyway, I think I'm going to wrap up. Any other messages before we do? I'll pull from this Oracle deck before we wrap. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for receiving these messages with an open heart and an open mind. Thank you for positively engaging this channel the way you do. Thank you for supporting my own individual ascension journey while allowing me to do the same and support yours. And yeah, it's a link up. All 2023 is a link up. I don't give a fuck if we're doing the free barbecue over in Toronto from the collective readings we're going to do in little lounges in the US to the retreats. I think I have 1 or 2 spaces left. I have to check. I don't think we have much space left for March, but I think there may be a space or 2, but you'll know when you go on the website. It'll either say sold out or it'll still allow you to sign up. There is one cottage. It's a fortune. I doubt anybody would want it, but if any of you want to come in March and have your own apartment on the property, it's really beautiful, but it's really expensive. That's available. I just put it up there just in case. And then, yeah, it's a link up all year. It's a link up all year. Okay, I love you guys. Is Jazz coming? Jazz is going to really try to come in March, though. I just don't want to jinx it. You know what I mean? Until she sends me that flight, I'm not going to tell you guys that she's coming until she sends me her flight details. All right, anybody who is going to March, okay, the deadline to have your invoice paid is coming up. If you have any questions, call me. I will send out the reminder next week for the invoices. And yeah, you guys look out for the Google form. You'll get that in the next 2 weeks. You have to fill that out. It gives dietary restrictions. It also asks for all your flight details again. And we just need that for the hotel and all our preparations before you come. Okay, so just a little housekeeping. And of course, for frankincense, myrrh, all that good stuff, we've got the new website running and active over at smudgealot.com. Okay. All right, we've got initiation. I fucking told you. Thank you, Mango Bombs Squishies Official. I think I got that right. Thank you. I would love to help host in New York and New Jersey. Can you email me? Because I am going to need you guys' help for the US tour. I'm going to do one in Maryland because that's where Jazz is from. She can help me. I've got another Bregin Angel Gang out in Texas, Dallas, that can help me. Jazz also has family in New York. And like, I'm not American, right? And I don't have family that I know of. I mean, I'm sure I have family over there, but just not any that I'm acquainted with. So yes, I will need some of you guys' help for venues, looking at venues and like the best venues for what we would do. And part of, if you guys do send me venues for your areas, they have to allow for smudging. If I can't burn incense, then it's a no-go for me. I can't do what I do. I mean, I can, but it's not the vibe, right? So yeah. First card is initiation. This is the season. 'Tis the season. At least for the people I read for, 'tis the season of initiations. Okay? Last week, you saw me initiated to give compassion to somebody who reflected the shame and the wounding and the pain that I have, regardless of how they exuded it and reflected it. And I was initiated to honor my higher self that knows exactly why this person is attacking me like this, and to defend myself in a way that's a reflection of that. And I didn't pass, but I will the next time, I promise you, because I do this. Okay? Anyways, the Rose Phoenix, protection, and know thyself. We have to read Rose Phoenix. The Rose Phoenix. There it is. Is it the last one? No. But it's pretty close. It's pretty fucking close. Okay. Behold, and mighty forces will come to your aid. Basil King, the conquest of fear. Today you are stepping into spiritual completion. Today you are stepping into spiritual completion. You have done the work. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. To heal the past and are becoming more and more masterful and managing your emotions in the present. The future that has all the answers and has already accomplished its mission for humanity is able to send you energy across time and space for you to be nourished and empowered now. The future you that has all the answers and has already accomplished its mission for humanity is able to send you energy across time and space for you to be nourished and empowered now. I never realized that. That's a dimension of my soul. My future self is a whole aspect of my soul that is constantly functioning inside my consciousness. Oh my God. I just had an epiphany. Your future self, the future self is the seventh aspect. If the collective is the sixth, then your future self is the seventh. It's the part of you that knows all the answers. It can send energy to you now. Your future self can send energy to you now. Whoa. Like a rosebud, you have fully blossomed, and like a phoenix, you are rising from the past, flying fearlessly into an inspiring horizon. Step one, create a rose in your mind. Even if the image comes quickly, spend time filling in the details and creating each petal. Put each neutral, positive, and negative thought into the rose. Watch this rose expand in your mind's eye, and then explode it to create space. Let's read initiation. My inner slut's like, I'm a genie in a bottle, gotta rub me the right way if you wanna be with me. I swear to God, that's exactly what I heard when I saw this, and it was just the line about the genie. You better rub me the right way. You wanna be with... Oh my God, I'm gonna have to run that song up on the way to go get food. That's gonna be funny. All right. If you want to know, the divine has jokes. If you want to know your past life, look into your present condition. If you want to know your future life, look at your present actions. Wow. Sogyal Rinpoche, the Tibetan Book of Living and Dying. Initiation is a process of spiritual growth where we enter into a rite of passage, a ritual or an experience that changes our consciousness and redirects the trajectory of our life's path. Through each advancing degree of wisdom, a new understanding of the world and the cosmos emerges, allowing a greater sense of perspective to evolve. Mastery School, both ancient and modern, employed this method of candidates seeking to join a group of seekers on the path to transcending consensus reality. Transcending consensus reality, which is why many of us were doing a lot of this mental health work in the energy we were doing it in. It felt kind of like we were by ourselves. We weren't by ourselves. We were doing this together, but it's because of this consensus reality. How can we support the consensus reality and the mental health issues in it if we haven't preemptively worked actively on our own mental health issues? There's no way we could do it. Does that make sense? I don't know. So I'm just going to keep reading. Employ this method for candidates seeking to join a group of seekers on the path to transcend consensus reality, while other traditions practice the idea to commemorate a passage into adulthood and the journey joining of a community. The official joining of a community. The official joining of Angel Gang Gang! Sorry. Initiation can be considered a portal of ascension between who you once were and who you are meant to, or deeply desire to become. It is a rebirth into the world with new awareness, knowledge, and embodied wisdom. It is an alchemical process of dissolving illusionary ideas in order to see new eyes and move past a previous mirage of mind and embodied spiritual maturity. Certain mystery schools will not only encourage, but also require silence on the path to advancement, so as to not allow the opinions of others to tamper with the process of your inner workings. Outside voices can distract in stereo and cause the process to be muffled with the ideas and judgments of the uninitiated. The uninitiated. They're here watching. Why? We're talking about initiation and they're the uninitiated, but they're watching. Could you imagine being that unaligned? Anyway, if you're connected to an initiation card, you may currently be going through a process of metaphorical death, Scorpio energy, ending what was to begin what is or what could be. This is what this Pisces moon, this 222 portal is about. In one sentence, we could have cut a whole bunch of time off. If you've connected to the initiation card, you may be currently 222 going through a process of metaphorical death energy, if you add the date, ending what was X paradigm to begin what is or could be Y paradigm. You're advancing on your life path, inching closer to your soul's calling, Y paradigm, and the experiences you're currently walking through are heightening your senses, sensibilities, intuition, and imagination. It may feel like things are speeding up and time is transforming to timelessness. You have transcended time. Collective. Big deal. And you're still in the matrix and you've still transcended time. What day is it? What's the time? What's the date? I don't know. What's the month? I thought it was March. Don't worry, I won't transcend the time enough to not. I will know exactly when you guys land. We have a whole flight manifest. I can hear Angel Gang be like, transcend time, but make sure your ass is at the airport when I get there. We have a whole flight manifest. We are like a fucking, we got a whole system aguan at the airport. That's the hardest day, is doing the airport day. But we've got it down to like a fine science. Anyways. If so, connecting to your breath and finding a relationship with stoicism may assist in advancing through any challenging growing pains and identifying projections before claiming them as ultimate truth. Once you walk through this mysterious door of perception, some of you guys you need to love yourself enough to understand that what somebody is saying to you is a projection of themselves. They're not talking about you. They are talking about themselves. You need to love yourself enough to understand where you are projecting, but also where others are projecting onto you. I can hear this vague, like, I'm like, don't listen to them. I'm in the ethers right now, and I'm like a fly on the wall, literally. But because I'm only a fly, I don't feel like you can hear me when I'm saying, don't listen to them. They're projecting. Because I'm speaking to somebody who's internalizing what somebody's saying. You're a failure. You ain't shit. You should have done this by now. You could have done this. You're a fuck up. You did this. This person is projecting their own lack of success, their own lack of drive, and their own sense of failure and lack of achievement onto somebody who is going through trials and tribulations. So this is somebody who's on the stands laughing at somebody for tripping and falling in the arena. Motherfucker, you don't even play. You laughing, but I'm taking all your money to watch something you're never gonna do. I don't even know where that came from. Once you walk through this mysterious door of perception, what you may find on the other side is an expanded vision of the world, galaxy, universe, and creation as a whole. Your heart, spirit, and mind are the metaphorical skeleton keys that will continue to unlock new doors of your inner verse, not waiting to be chosen to go through a door that you're just standing there staring at, right? Your heart, spirit, and mind are the metaphorical skeletal keys that will continue to unlock new doors of your inner verse, and space expands with you. Mantra: accept the cost it takes to walk the path. We paid our dues. That was another message on Patreon. We paid our fucking dues. And it's showing up here. I accept the cost, the dues it takes to walk the path I value. Every moment and experience as I reflect within my spirit's looking glass, I choose to advance with courage through this test in life's great class. And know the impact I make with my action is built to last. Your authentic actions create impact. When you are authentic, the energetic signature that implants off of you stands the test of time. But your fake shit all washes away and there's no recollection of it. That's why there's so many things that were built and Mother Nature just washed over them, because Mother Nature was like, it was fake, it was lie, it was a facade, and you don't need to worry anything about it. Mother Nature has consumed entire cities with their fake shit. We're done with this today. We're done with the illusions. Anyways, we're done with this reading. Okay, so I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in and catching me on the fly. I just don't feel like to have any planned readings. I feel like just doing it when I feel like it, which is fine, because we did, our regular Monday scheduled reading every day, every Monday consistently. And if you notice, like how, because you guys, the universe picked Mondays, and everything was in alignment to what we were talking about and what we were on a journey of. So I feel like now the divine's like, I didn't feel drawn for the past Mondays to do any reading. And I feel like the divine was like, because I just want you to read when you feel like it. Before before the ask from the divine was, I want you to commit to this. And now the answer, because I'm already committed and I've already given that. Thank you, Heather 222. Now the divine is asking me to honor how I truly feel. Wants my actions to be a reflection of how I truly feel. So I feel like coming on here when I feel like it is a part of that. Okay, but it was the scorpionic energy that this date in particular is a reflection of. It's this time, this period in our lives. If you're on this journey, it's about transformation. It's about initiation. It's about death, which is the end to what is, and being open and embracing what is, what could be, and what is now. Okay. But I love you guys. We'll be here when you decide to read. Hey, thank you. Right. I love scorpionic energy. I like Pisces energy more, but it was a lot of water energy. This, you might be seeing the King of Cups a lot in your readings. That's a scorpionic energy of this death transformation that this Piscean energy is triggering. I love that for you. Having more fun, a fluidity with your readings. Thank you. Thank you. Join Patreon, gang, if you miss her. Thank you. Yes, guys, if you guys want additional content to what I post here on YouTube, I am over on Patreon. We've got a little congregation over there. So you can go to Patreon.com/Queen Cup. It's a members only platform. And like I said, there's maybe, honestly, I think I heard somebody register. So I feel like it was either frankincense or it was I think it was the retreat. Somebody registered for the retreat. So I'm going to check to see how many, because I know based on the numbers, we're almost full. We're going to have another full group, but I just don't know how many spots are left. So, but yeah. Open mic tonight? No. I'm not in the mood. I'm hungry. I've got to go and get food, and I want to go and get herb. There's like a snowstorm, so I'm going to have to, like, I can't just get in my car and go. I'm going to have to heat up the car. I'm going to have to dust off all the snow. I'm going to have to do all these things. So your vulnerability is so beautiful. Thank you, Queen. Very proud of your growth, Des. Thank you, Queen. Thank you, fellow Empress. I finally like myself. Aw. Orange Moon. Beautiful. I felt that. Not open mic. Let's stay home. Protect each other. Laugh my ass off. Miss Pierre. Thank you, Destiny. I host an esoteric circle at a Black women's owned bookstore in Dumbo, Brooklyn. We'd love to host you. Oh my God, I would love that. In Brooklyn, I would love that. Ah! Okay, please, Stephanie, please email me and just put your name and put something that put Bumbo Brooklyn. I'll remember that. Put bookstore, Black owned bookstore. I'll remember that. Yes, because I know Brooklyn, like that's a main area for us. A lot of our orders, like a lot of our tribe is in New York, like Brooklyn, Harlem, like whatever, Jersey. Oh shit, it's gonna be so much fun. Like exactly what this is, but live and interactive, and we're mingling and we're chatting, and you know what I mean? Like it's interactive, but we can have like some appies and some like cocktails, and we can smudge and burn incense and smoke hookah or whatever. Like that's the vibe I have in my head. That's the vision. It's going to be so much fun. Shoot, I need to travel, come to what? I can sense you're going to come to New York. Oh, I love that. I may fly to Brooklyn just for that. I'm going to go around. I'm going to go around the US. And I heard that they said it was June and now they've pushed it back to April. So it looks like I might be able to come sooner than I thought. I thought I would have to wait until summer, but it looks like I won't. Nadia, I love you too. We will hug one day. Nadia from Atlanta, south side of Atlanta. I know, LOL, it's sad. I've been through a lot. LOL, I think about it every day, but Queen is definitely my fly on the wall. You guys know I'm in the ethers. They're like this. You be looking back like, Jesus, Destiny. Love you guys too. All right, guys, have a beautiful evening. I'm gonna head out now. I gotta get out there. Nah, we love it. Hey, Lauren. Hey, Victoria. Hey, Medrano. I said it good? Did I say it good? Medrano? Medrano Hernandez. You know I'm half Italian, so I have a little bit of that. Hey, Melanie. All right, bye, Orange Moon. Bye, guys. I love you. Have a great night. Stay safe. Stay warm. Stay high-vibed. Stay faithful. Unwavering faith at this point of the journey. I saw us in the ethers standing up strong. Yeah. Yes, I will drive safe. Thanks, guys. Good night. Mwah. Good night, Angel Gang. I love you guys. Till next time.